All right, Amanda, now here's one announcement we don't have to wait for because this candidate did make his official announcement today. Current state senator, former Cumberland County Sheriff Mark Dion is now in the running. He joins a crowded field of Democrats vying for the Blaine House. Dion made his announcement this afternoon at the Cumberland County Jail in Portland. Joins us now live on the program. Thank you for the time, sir.
Thanks, Lee, for having me on.
Okay, so you were the sheriff, state senator. When in your mind were you like, you know what, I think I'm going to take a shot at the Blaine House?
I've given it some thought over the last year. It's time, 40 years of public service. I hope I have the skill sets that can help move Maine's agenda forward.
Politicians right now in this climate are under the gun a lot of scrutiny. Everybody's criticizing, and seemingly no matter which side you're on, somebody's not happy. You know, are you ready to take on that public pressure of everything you do being watched so closely, or are you used to that at this point?
Listen, 32 years as a cop, 12 years of that as a sheriff. I've been subjected to a lot of critique over the years and scrutiny, and I'm comfortable with that. When you're making the right decision, you don't have to worry about the criticism.
All right, so what do you bring to the table? People watching maybe don't know much about you other than maybe you were a sheriff at one time. What does Mark Dion, the governor, look like?
Mark Dion, the governor, looks like someone who will actually be steady, consistent, predictable, willing to work with people, learning to listen before opening his mouth, and trying to determine what the best course forward is without provoking unnecessary conflict.
A lot of things that keep coming up in the conversation of people running for office, certainly in Maine. Jobs. How do we get them in Maine? How do we keep them in Maine? What are your thoughts on that?
I think we have to make investments in the university, research and development, try to develop technologies that will bring business interests here. But I think when I talk to business people, really, they don't talk about jobs. They say, look, we need consistency. We need an administration that doesn't go left or right or up or down every other week. We can't execute a business plan in that kind of political environment. So I want to bring them that kind of consistency so they can make the move forward.
The opioid epidemic is so prominent here in our state, and we'll be talking about actually a little bit later on in the program today. With all your career in law enforcement, I know you saw a lot of that firsthand. How do we even try to get a handle on this?
We have to be clear that this is a public safety and a public health issue. This will be the epidemic that defines this generation, just like AIDS did for the previous generation. So we've got to bring our forces to bear, and the police have to work with public health. And the courts are taking the steps to recognize that substance abuse disorder can't be criminalized, but it has to be responded to.
All right, finally, before we let you go, everybody else seems to have an opinion. Should Senator Collins run for governor?
Listen, I don't want her to turn her back on the people of Maine. Maine citizens' health care are at risk. She needs to get the job done in Washington. And if she chooses to run as governor, then I look forward to that contest, and we can test each other's visions for the future of Maine.
All right, Mark Dion, running for governor. Thank you very much for the time. Appreciate it.
All right.